everyone. Welcome back to Assessing Livingston Parish with Jeff Taylor. I'm Jim Chapman, and sitting across from me, as always, is Jeff Taylor. How are you, sir?
Jim, I'm doing just great. I'm loving life. Everything's good. We just need to get a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Just a hair cooler. I mean, I heard a few minutes ago that we may be getting a cool front coming through at the end of August, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. And I'll tell you what, it has over 100 degrees in the heat index. And many people don't realize this, but you folks at the assessor's office, y'all are out in that heat a lot of times, right?
Well, I went and told my guys, and I know people say that people's always worked out in it. But look, when they're out there measuring, they're hot, they're in the sun the whole time. They go from house to house. Their cars never get cooled down. And all of a sudden they come in, and then when I tell you they're dripping wet with sweat and they're dehydrated, we have drinks for them. We have water, we have Gatorade, we have everything that we can put out there for them. But it's just a constant. So, yeah, we're cutting their days short out in the sun. And you'll see some of the assessor's employees, they have shorts on and everything. We're doing everything we know to do to keep doing our job, but also protecting our employees. The ones that work inside, they're fine.
Yeah.
But the ones that are working out in that field, it gets a little bit warm.
Oh, yeah, they're feeling it. Some exciting things going on right now in the assessor's office. Let's talk about open book period.
Yep. Well, we do that every year. You have the same thing. My job does not change, believe it or not. It is the same. So every August we have an open book period where people can come in and look at their assessments. I encourage you to do that. We started Monday. And it finishes on the 31st. But you need to come in and look at your assessment. I'll put it to you this way. I bring my mother in. I tell my family, y'all come check y'all's assessments because humans are still doing it, and it could be wrong. And all of a sudden you get this tax bill in November, and you want to come in and start changing things. If we make an error, we'll change it. But sometimes your assessment is wrong.
Right.
And if you don't take care of it, it goes to your mortgage company. So I encourage people to please come in. But Jim, you know how it is when I tried to have the millage meetings. Right. We just don't get anybody to come in until that tax bill goes out.
Yeah.
That's when everybody throws their fit.
Yeah.
And by that time, it's too late.
Too late.
And the tax commission telling us now, unless you've made an error in the office, then no.
Right.
No changing.
You know, and speaking of that, we're getting close to the fourth quarter here, and tax notices start rolling out. It's crazy to think. It seems like those just came out like last month.
Oh, yeah. The ones I ran in 2000 when I first walked in there, it seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's how fast time's going. We're already at almost to the end of August.
Yeah.
You realize that this year is, like you said, it's 3/4 of it's gone.
Yep.
And we're going to be at Christmas before you know it. Certainly going to be at Thanksgiving and all that. So time's going by, but the notices are probably going to go out first part of November, mid-November, like they do every year. But I encourage people to come in and check your assessment. Let's look at it. Let's make sure it's right. Let's make sure it's correct. And if it's right, it's right. Yeah. But if it's wrong, we want to fix it. We want to take care of it.
That's right. And moving on to the next subject, veterans. We do some things for our veterans as far as the assessor's office is concerned. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. If you're a veteran and you're disabled, depends on the level of disability. But if you're 100% disabled, you don't have an assessment.
Yeah.
We have your land and everything on our rolls, but you don't get a tax bill because it's zero. Thank you for your service. But if you're 100%, if you're 90%, you get certain things, and I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head. But if you're 100% disabled, if you get that form that says you're 100% disabled, please come in because your assessment goes, you could be paying $2,000 a year in taxes, you go to zero.
Right.
And that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. And y'all have done a really good job of getting that out through various media outlets. Yes. And something that some people may not have realized. And so make sure you call, and the good people at the assessor's office help you with that.
Yes.
Let's talk about mapping systems.
Okay, we got a new one that's coming out. We've been working on it. David Alford has traveled the country just basically looking for different maps. David is outstanding when it comes to maps. Story about David, he was teaching a class up in Natchitoches. I went up there to the class, and everybody's like, well, do you really need that class? I said, no, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
And so I walked into the class, and the night before, I found out where he was at dinner. I walked in and started talking to him, and I said, I'm here to offer you a job.
Yeah.
And he said, well, let me think about it. And so the next morning, I walk in to get my books and everything. He said, you're not staying for the class? And I said, no. if the guy that's teaching the class is coming to work for me, then I don't need to stay. He said, well, I haven't made up my mind. I said, yeah, you called 2 assessors this morning and told them you was coming. So I already know, so I'm going home. And so I went home, and he came in a week and a half later, and I have him, and he is outstanding when it comes to the mapping and figuring out subdivisions and plots and all that stuff. Outstanding. So I got one of the better ones around, and so I sent him out. Our old mapping system started in 2011, 2012, and so it's just kind of, we outgrew it. It's still a good one. It's better than what most of them in the state have, but you know me, why not Livingston? Why can't we have the best? So I sent David, I said, go find me the best one. Have me one that can have all the layers on it. So if you buy a piece of property, when we get through with this one, you're going to know your Senate district. You're going to know your every district that you're part of. You're going to know all your boundaries and everything. You're going to know everything about everything on your land. Where your kids are going to be going to school. If you're looking at it, you can pull up and say, your kids, elementary, they go here to school. It's going to be that good.
Wow.
And so we're excited about it.
Very good. Let's talk about the expansion at the assessor's office. Got a little expansion going on.
We've been working on this for a while, trying to draw it all out. Went and talked to the clerk because he has the part of the building right in our building in the back. And so I told him, I said, it would be so much more beneficial if we could have that building to put my field crews in. And then that way I can expand my mapping, because mapping is actually the sheriff's office and the parish councils. They're all using our map. And so we're storing it in there. And so we give them full access. Why should tax entities pay triple?
Sure.
They shouldn't. So I just we buy it, give it to them, let them come in. Well, we're kind of outgrowing it.
Yeah.
Got boxes and everything all over the floor. So we're going to take our residential and commercial and put them in that back area. We're going to expand our mapping department into a much bigger area so we can put all of our plotters and everything in there. So when they all come in, they don't have to come through the front and try to get in. They can come through the back door where the mapping is. And we're going to have a true Livingston Parish mapping system.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And then my residential department, it's just growing. I mean, when I first come into office, we had 94,000 people in the parish. We got 160,000 now.
Yeah,
and so it's just growing. So our commercial department, you look around, you see all these commercial buildings and everything. It is a big task, but we're keeping up with it. But to do that, we got to have the room to operate, because you don't just need a little computer on your desk anymore. You got to have the iPads. You got to have the computer. You got to have the printer. You got to have the scanners. You got to have everything. So when you're drawing all this stuff out, you can get it right over to where it needs to go. And we're able to do that. In doing that, we had to expand the little building out to the side. The clerk's going to go in there, and they're going to take all their files and everything. And so, Jim, to show you how fast we're growing, we started talking about this about a year and a half ago. Clerk come to him and says, I need this much room. No problem. Got you covered. Everything's good. Got all the bids and everything. He said, I know this is not the time to tell you, but I really need another 600, 700, 800 square feet. Throw those bids out. Let's make sure we're right. It is no use building it to this point when we know we're already up to here.
Yeah.
I don't believe in staying behind. I want to somehow go around. So we're adding another 900 to 1,000, which is a little bit for him to grow into. But then we're going to put that out there, and so he can be able to move all those files and all the boxes on the floor. We're going to be able to put them in those hideaway file things that he has.
Sure.
The ones that you roll and they roll together and everything. He's going to be able to put it all in there, and we're still going to be able to put the little pavilion on the front to make it not look like a box building.
Yeah.
Because, again, everybody just says, well, you just should put a box building. I want things to look nice. Our courthouse looks nice. My building looks nice. The across the way, it looks nice. I don't want to just have a box building set out there.
Yeah.
So we can have a little place for people to meet. It's a small area, but it's going to have some picnic tables so they can go out there. Instead of just sitting at their desk all day, they have a little place to go. And then the public can use it also. Wow.
There you go. And that's going to be amazing when it's finished. And you're right. I mean, growth spurs that. Mm-hmm. The just sheer growth of Livingston Parish the past 5 years has been unbelievable.
How long have you now heard that we're the fastest growing parish in the state?
Forever.
Long time. It's just been going. So each year, Livingston fastest growing, Livingston fastest growing. And in that little piece of land where we put the building, the little outside building, it was always like, well, we really don't have anything to do with that front part, but we're never going to do anything. We're going to take up that whole thing.
That's amazing.
It's growing out there, and then we're going to put the pavilion out there. You are taking up almost now all of it, and that's just in the last 2 years with growth that we're having. It's amazing to sit
Really
back and
is.
watch the growth.
Really is. And finally today, let's talk a few minutes about the election upcoming.
Okay.
Just to remind everybody of some constitutional amendments that are going to be on the ballot. The $150K raise in the assessment for those that are, is it 65 or older?
65 and older. Right now,
Okay.
when you hit 65, if you and your spouse together, or you, whoever, anybody in the household makes more than $100,000 a year, you don't get to freeze your assessment.
Yeah.
Now, it's not like you're not going to be paying taxes. You just get to freeze your assessment at what it is now, and your assessment never goes up.
Yeah.
Well, if we can pass this constitutional amendment, it takes it from 100,000 to 150,000. So more people can fit into that, and it saves our senior citizens a good bit of money.
Sure.
Okay. So that we will freeze them at that amount, and it will stay forever. If you live to be 85, 90 years old, your assessment is frozen. Your income's frozen. So let's try to freeze your assessment. I don't do anything with taxes, so your taxes can still go up or down, whatever the millages do.
Yeah.
But we're going to freeze the part that I do. We're going to freeze your assessment. So
Yeah.
it stays at the same thing at 65 as long as we pass this and you make less than 150,000.
There you go. And also the requirement to roll the millage up every 4 years.
Yeah, this is huge. We tried this a few years ago, and I brought the assessor from Thibodeau in here, and we did a podcast with her.
Mm-hmm.
I think you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
She's a Spitfire.
Yep.
She has been on this for years because it makes absolutely no sense as to why they put it into the Constitution back in the 70s anyway. That causes the districts to go up every 4 years. They have to, by law, go up to the maximum of their millages. If they don't, they lose that maximum.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's going to lose that maximum. They're just not going to give it up.
Right.
Okay. Right now, you got the library that's going back and forth on raising their millages, doing this and everything. They've got to go back up to the maximum next year or they lose it.
Right.
And you got some of the board members saying, we're not losing that maximum. It's too hard to try to get this. Well, they shouldn't have to make that decision. It should be, you do not have to go back up to your maximum.
Yeah.
You can keep that maximum. Once it is passed by the people, it is your maximum. But you can lower your millages every year and give people the tax break. Instead of once every 4 years taking this windfall, and you know it's a windfall, this
Sure.
money back in 24 when we went up 40%, all these districts run back up there and put it to the maximum. So they got this windfall of money.
Yeah.
And so mine is you keep on dropping it. Let's say that you drop it for 20 years, but all of a sudden you got I got a mapping system coming out and I got to pay for it. Well, I may have to go back up to my maximum for that year to pay for that.
Right.
But I can immediately start going back down.
Yeah.
And I don't have to every 4 years because it's a windfall. It puts money in their pockets that they say they need. Do they?
Right.
You know, it's just one of those things they use as an excuse all the time. They'll tell them, say, well, we can't lower our millages. If we lower our millages, first of all, we're going to lose it. And no, we're going to take that argument away from you. You can come up with another one, and we'll try to address that one at a time. But this thing of going back up to your maximum once every 4 years is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We need the people of our parish and this state to vote to change that to where you do not have to go.
Right.
And I know we're into this vote no on all amendments thing and everything like this, but this one and the one to raise it up to 150,000, those both need
Those
to
are
be
good
yeses.
amendments.
Those
Yeah.
are great amendments.
Right.
They're putting money back in your pocket. You want to keep giving it to the government? Vote no.
There you go.
You want to give it back to yourself? Vote yes.
Right.
It's that simple.
And a lot of other, for those of you out there, I would love to see Livingston Parish increase their voter turnout.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be one of the elections where you want to do that. A lot of local elections going on. A lot of amendments are going to be in there. I mean, you got everything from a new Denham Springs mayor for the first time in 12 years. The biggest city in the parish. You've got district attorney races. You've got congressional
Judges.
races,
Congressional
judges.
Senate.
Yeah, it's huge.
It is.
So turn out and vote, right?
Yeah, turn out and vote.
I guess.
And exercise that right you have.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, everybody has a right to complain if you want to.
Yeah.
If you don't vote, you still have a right to complain. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't get out there and vote, I don't really put much stock in it because we're in here trying to pull this wagon and we're saying we want to change this or we want to keep this the same way, and we're out there voting.
Yeah.
But some people sit on the sidelines and they don't vote and they still complain. That I have a problem with that.
That's right.
If you vote, you have every right to just throw a fit. You throw a fit with me, they're going to do it anyway.
Sure.
But if you vote, then people listen.
People listen.
You know, right now, I think in Denham Springs, you're going to have a new mayor, and you're going to have 3 new councilmen on the
city councilmen.
And so that's important. You're going to have a new congressman because Cleo Fields is not running, and Julia ran for Senate. So you're going to have 5 and 6. You're going to have 2 new congressmen. You're going to have a new senator. Those are big deals. You don't get out there and vote on it, shame on you.
Yeah. So get out there and vote. And finally today, you know, there's a little kickoff coming up pretty soon too. And I'm not letting you get out of here without talking about our great new quarterback.
Yeah. I am. Let me tell you something.
I think he's going to be so good.
I am. We have the tickets, and we have the motorhome pass and everything.
Yeah.
For the first time in a while, 61 is too hot to go out there in September and October.
Yeah.
So we're not going to. Yeah, it's just. I get it. Yeah, you know, I can go and watch the game. Matter of fact, my house has good air conditioning in it, and I can watch them at the house, and I enjoy them just as much.
That's it.
But I am so ready for this season to kick off. I'm going to the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
And I've got friends of mine say, "Why are you going up there? It's just going to be nothing." They're going to say all kinds of stuff. I said, "You think I'm not going to be saying stuff too?" I can't wait. I'm a Tiger fan.
I've got Jeff's bail money.
I am a Tiger fan. You hear me say, why not Livingston? Why not Louisiana? Why can't we be the best of the best? Because what they have a field day. 49 states have a field day saying we're the worst of the worst. Well, all I can say is I don't know who they're measuring that by, because the people I live around, we're happy as we can be.
Yeah.
We love our sports. We love our Lord. We love our parish. We love our state. We love our families. We have a blast. I don't know what metrics you're using.
Yeah.
But I know we're happy.
That's it.
And we love it. And when LSU football, women's basketball, baseball comes around, we are in mode.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Literally can't. I don't know if I'm more excited about the football or the women's basketball, because we just signed a 6'5". We already got Kate over there at 6'4". We got Knox over there at 6'2". I'm plumb excited about the women's basketball. But you bring Sam in, and you bring Lane in, and I'm hearing about our linemen, and I'm hearing about our defense, and I'm hearing about our receivers and everything over here. Man, we beat Alabama. Just beat Alabama.
Just beat Alabama. And last thing before we get out of here, this will be your first drop since Skip Bertman passed away. Yeah. And definitely want to wish prayers to his family and all who knew and loved him. Yeah. What an amazing coach. Huh?
What an amazing coach. Put LSU baseball on the map. Yeah. Before that, you had, it was an also-ran. SEC was an also-ran, because you had USC, Stanford, all those guys. They just dominated. Miami, Florida State, they dominated baseball. And this young man from Miami comes over here, and in the 90s, he won 5 titles.
Yeah.
He won 5 titles, and I can remember watching each one of them. He put a attitude of winning into LSU baseball, because he taught them hold the rope. Who you holding it for? And you know, it goes into life. Who you holding the rope for? If you were to go over a cliff, who do you want holding that rope for you?
Yeah.
I want to hold the rope for my kids. I want them to know they can always depend on that. He taught that concept. I've heard Ben McDonald talk about that so many times, about holding that rope, holding the rope. And Skip brought such a class approach to LSU baseball, and he put us on the map. And that was in the 80s, and here we are in the mid-20s, and we are still going up there, and we can't wait to get to Omaha every year. Omaha, as we call it.
Yeah.
And we cannot wait to get up there and cook and bring people over. And that's why I argue with them when they say Louisiana's last, because they want us there. Omaha wants us there.
Oh, yeah.
They want LSU there.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know why? We're fun. Economics. And when you come by our motorhome and everything, we're like, come on, get something to eat.
Yep.
Now, we're going to give you a tiger bait.
Yep.
We're going to wear you out and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of it, we're going to say, come on over here.
Yeah.
Come try some of this. Come try this boudin. Come try this jambalaya. Come try this gumbo. Come try some smoked meat that Taylor cooks over here. He brought a smoker up.
Yeah.
You know, just fun things.
Yeah, I agree. And totally changed the complexity of college
100%.
baseball forever. And he'll be missed, but he's in heaven now with his
Yeah.
wife who passed away last year. And so just want to thank him for the memories and offer our prayers and all of that to his family and friends.
100%. And thank you for doing that, because he was just a class A. He went on to be an athletic director, and he told Nick Saban, "You're making the mistake of your life." Again, this is a guy from Miami saying, "You're making the mistake of your life leaving Louisiana." And you have a guy from up in Pennsylvania that comes down here that admits it now. The worst mistake I ever made was when I left LSU.
Yeah.
Why are we last? Because you don't know us.
Right.
If you don't understand us, you're going to put us last. But if you understand us, you're going to – I put it to you this way. When I go to associations and I go to IAAO conferences and everything, they want the people from Louisiana around them.
That's right.
Because we have fun. We're going to be out there. We don't meet a stranger. We're going to be there. Skip Bertman coming here, he taught us a concept of baseball, but he also taught that it's important that you hang in there and you friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful legacy he left.
100%. Any final thoughts?
No, just let's please get out there and vote. On vote for your candidates. That's first thing. But on these constitutional amendments, it is important that you look at them and vote for the one that raises it from 100,000 to 150,000. That's important. That's important for your moms and your dads and everything turning 65. But also, if you're tired of your millages going up in these districts and you're going to the meetings because they're raising their millages to the maximum and they tell you they can't do anything else, need to do something about it. Yeah. It's in your hands to do it. You vote no on this one, status quo. How many of y'all happy with the status? If you're happy with status quo, stay where you're at.
Yeah.
But if you want it to change to where they can lower their millages every year, get out and vote and say yes to both of those amendments.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming on. We always appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you on Assessing Livingston Parish.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.